assistant U.S. attorney and Fox News contributor, the always wonderful and brilliant Andy McCarthy. Andy, great to see you. Broadly speaking, do you want to talk about Judge Chutkan? She kicked it for 24 hours, but it sounds like that she will not stand with these attorneys general trying to encroach upon the power of the executive branch. But that's really what it boils down to, is the courts don't have a say-so in the power of the executive branch as much as Congress does.
Yeah, and when it gets down to executive powers, Dagan, Congress doesn't have the ability to attrit the president's powers either. I'd like to make a point about something I heard you say a couple of minutes ago, because it really struck me as something that's important. Do you know that there's about 4.5 million people in the United States who have security clearances, who have access to classified information? I just think it's astonishing, all of this discussion about having the chief executive able to scrutinize the activities of the executive branch and use somebody who, whether the Democrats like it or not, is actually a government employee and a consultant of the president to lead up that effort. President can consult whoever he wants in terms of the workings of the executive branch, that should be controversial while we got 4.5 million people, many of them contractors that maybe the government knows a lot about them, but most of us don't know much about them. But they're rifling through the most important secrets that we have in the government, and we're having a controversy over the chief executive's ability to scrutinize the activities of the executive branch.
Right.
And this whole classification system is largely driven by executive orders from the chief executive, the president, correct?
That's exactly right, James. In fact, the standards for how you classify documents and the categories of them go back to executive orders, I think, that began with Eisenhower, and they get refined every couple of administrations, but it's all pursuant to presidential directives.
Andy, but when the left, the Democrats and their kind of functionaries and their bullhorns in the media talk about a constitutional crisis, this is the president's constitutional authority as the chief executive of the nation and of the executive branch. And you talked about this. He can designate officials of the executive branch like Elon Musk to scrutinize records. Do you think the courts rule along, stand up for the Constitution in essence?
Yeah, I think as you go up higher in the system, Dagan, you're going to get better quality of justice. And it impressed me today that Judge Chutkan, who we know is hostile to President Trump. I mean, we saw that throughout Jack Smith's prosecution in Washington. In fact, even before then, she was hostile to him when she was imposing sentence on some of the January 6 defendants. So she's got no love lost for Trump, but she's pulled up short of granting this temporary injunction that the blue states are looking for, because I think, there's a lot of throat clearing, but she knows she's got no authority to stop Trump from scrutinizing the records of the executive branch.
Andy McCarthy, terrific to see you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thanks, both of you.